The number of people who've contracted the coronavirus continues to grow.
Across the country, schools, conferences, music festivals, and sporting events continue to cancel or alter events.
UMass Amherst will move to online learning for the rest of the semester to prevent the potential spread of the coronavirus.
With the number of coronavirus cases increasing rapidly, the U.S. is beginning to take the pandemic much more seriously.
Officially declaring a national emergency.
I talked with some local university students to discuss their thoughts on the abrupt changes to their lives.
Yeah, it's definitely been really tough because, we did know about this and other schools closing around us, but we didn't actually think that UMass was ever going to take it that far because we barely have snow days, okay? We haven't had no snow days this year. I was like, they're not going to stop for nobody, what virus? And they even made us, starting to tap our own cards, U cards, into the machines instead of them, and that was the only thing that was different, Everyone else was freaking out, closing schools around us, but we just had to tap our own IDs. At 5 p.m. on a Friday when half the school's already gone, they're like, actually, we're not returning for the rest of the semester. And so everyone's freaking out, not only because they only packed lightly and left the rest of their stuff here, and out-of-state students have already left onto planes quickly, and people were obviously angry about that, but they were also really upset that they expected to have another month and a half of trying to get some closure of their college years and settle down and take everything in.
Just thinking about the school system, I was very disappointed in how UMass handled it, saying how they were just saying how you have to move out by a certain date, and then they didn't think about the logistics for other students because one, not everybody can afford a laptop to go to school. Two, sometimes the university is a safer place for the student because mental health is so important. I can't even stay at home. I don't like staying at home. And then three is sometimes work study is their primary source of income, and you taking that away and not being able to provide students maybe to work if they do cancel school, it says a lot. They just wanted students to get out, and then that was it.
It sucks that a lot of things are being canceled, and being spring break, a lot of us aren't able to enjoy our travels or just be able to go out, and future events are being canceled or postponed, such as graduations.
Especially because me and a couple other seniors are first generation, it's gonna be our first official college graduation, and that might be taken away from us.
It's just this whole thing has it was a domino effect, just pushed my life down. And then being I feel I have to be an adult sooner than expected, and I'm not mentally prepared for it.
It's a lot of emotional stress from the coronavirus happening right now. That's more immediate. As for other things, it hasn't quite hit yet, financially wise and other things, but I'm sure it'll catch up pretty soon.
And in terms of racism, myself, I've not experienced any of it yet, but just seeing a lot of articles about it online, I can't help but feed into a little bit of the mass hysteria around it, seeing that Asian Americans are being attacked, and I just see that it could be me one day.
It's not that the coronavirus is that kills people, but it's just that it brings out the ugliness in human forms, where I feel they're racist, the blame game existing all at once, so they just want to attack a certain group to put it to a blame quickly.
And the fact that the president has called COVID-19 the China virus is very xenophobic, and it does not address the issue at all.
I have to call it where it came from. It did come from China, so I think it's a very accurate term.
Critics say using that phrase creates a stigma.
No, I don't think so.
As leaders, you should be very neutral and trying to help these people out, that are suffering from it. And we had this whole pray for Italy and stuff like that, but there was never pray for China or stuff like that, because they started it.
Rather than focusing on that, we should, as a society, focus on more the health aspects first before even like jumping to any other things.
Because I'm Asian American, and like you're also like the identity kind of thing, like you're Asian and you're also American technically, but it seems like ever since the COVID-19 has come out, it's like you're seen as just Asian to the rest of these like Americans, you know.
But seeing this all in the news now and I'm able to empathize with it, it shows that there are like other races that go through this on like an everyday basis, and it just shows that maybe if you want like the same support from other people of color, you should probably just give them the support in other circumstances.
Like, yeah, like when you're growing up, people make fun of like, oh, you're Chinese, like, oh, Jackie Chan's your dad, but like because Asians have always been like the quiet bystander in all that racial like protests and everything like that, we never really speak up, and we've been criticized about that.
Hopefully the xenophobia against us right now is a wake-up call for people who have been who have turned a blind eye to racism. Hopefully they'll realize that in order to even begin to fight the problem, that we need to realize it is a problem, that even though that it may not affect us now, it will affect us, it will affect other people, and we need to be more compassionate towards other people to fix it.